welcome 6sense co-founder and SVP, Engineering and Infrastructure, Premal Shah.
All right, good afternoon. This is definitely an honor to be presenting here. It's a post-lunch session, so I'll try to keep you awake. So yeah, I'm one of the co-founders at 6sense, and we've been in business about 11 years. So I'll give you a little bit of, there you go. So I'll tell you a little bit about 6sense and what are our challenges, and then what are we doing on the AI side. Obviously, we have been SingleStore customers for about 2 years now. So I can tell you a little bit about like how we use SingleStore and how we solve some of our challenges. You saw in the intro video a lot of success reducing TCO, improving the query performance, and over time, obviously, as any product, we have had a lot of growth in number of customers, and we have kept the performance like better than before, and obviously at scale. So let me start with a little bit about 6sense. Now, it's an AI conference, so instead of like writing this stuff myself, I went to Google and asked, what does 6sense do? And it pulled up what you're seeing on the screen. So a lot of data collection. So what we do as a business is we help B2B companies understand who is in business to buy their product. So that's the first piece of like your marketing funnel, like who is actually interested. Now, in the old traditional way, people would have like a list of accounts, salespeople, marketing has territories, everybody like starts calling, does a lot of cold calling, does a lot of advertising. And that was a way of doing business. But what we thought about is, can we look at the data that customers have, like who is visiting their website, who is researching about the customers or their products on third-party websites, and give them insights about these are the companies that you should be talking to, and then help them activate something against them. So you can activate advertising, buy some contacts, send them emails, etc. So that's our goal. So you end up with like, instead of cold calls, these are warm calls, right? You get people who are actually interested, who are doing research about your product, and then you eventually get to open opportunities much easier with less work. So we collect a lot of data from our customers. We are on everybody's website, every single page view, impression, click. There are videos on your websites. Every video view that is played, we know that is coming to our system. We connect to your CRM, so we know all your accounts, your opportunities, contacts, etc. And then even to your marketing automation system. So all the leads, like people fill out forms, everything is collected, stored with us. Then we have a lot of data partnerships with third-party vendors where we know about all these other interactions happening on different websites, the content that you have put out. And we also run advertising, so all this click stream that is coming back to us. So looking at all this data, we are able to run machine learning algorithms and tell people that, hey, these are the accounts that are really interested. These are accounts that just starting to do some research. These guys don't do anything with your product, but they are actually the right kind of customers you normally sell to. So you can devise different strategies to go after these accounts. We help you basically wake up in the morning, we help you prioritize your accounts, right? So instead of like figuring out which of the 50 to call, you can start with the top 3. Personalization is the key. A lot of you probably get a lot of these mass emails from vendors. And instead, if something was really curated to something you are interested in, that would be awesome. And data enrichment, it's big for ops people. Like, somebody fills out a form, but they don't put in the right email address or the company name or their location. Like, we can help that, fill in those gaps. So going back a little bit, started in 2013. As it says, the mission of the company has not really changed. What I just explained, we want you to, or we want our customers to find who is interested in buying the product. It started off very simple, but over time, the product became easier and more actionable. So now you can actually do a bunch of advertising, a bunch of campaigns against your people. Uh, Obviously, this is 2013. We started with a lot of machine learning, so we can score intent, we score profiles, uh, so we can say these are the right kind of customers to go after, and these are the customers doing the right amount of intent. And over time, obviously, in the age of AI, right, AI is helping improve the product. So we'll talk about that in a bit. Uh, Three main target personas for us: marketing folks, find the accounts in our ICP, and also find accounts that you generally don't sell to, but they are actually really interested in buying something that you're selling. For the sellers, there are various deep dive UIs. They can go to each individual account, figure out when they have been to my website, what other comparative research they are doing, uh, what ads they have seen, etc. And then revenue operations or marketing operations, sales operations, various different names and different companies, they use the product to enrich their data. So as I said earlier, we get a lot of data from our customers, first party, third party, and since the very beginning, we had a very large big data stack running Hive, Spark, thousands of jobs a day to connect all the dots, do the machine learning on top of it, and give insights to our customers. We built our homegrown ML platform so that we could do the scoring at scale. And then, as we started using AI, right now we are using OpenAI and other vendors out there to start doing the Gen AI features. We have a database layer. There are different databases in the ecosystem. MySQL obviously is like our small data or the metadata layer. Stores information about customers and what products they're entitled to, etc. And then you can see HBase there, which is one of our legacy systems, which we are slowly replacing as we bring in more of SingleStore. And we had a couple of other databases in there. As you can see, there's Trino, which was also serving the customer-facing UI. But one of the projects that we had undertaken 3 years ago and did a lot of POCs, and that's when we selected SingleStore, was to do database consolidation. So we wanted to have all the different personas use the data from the same layer, so there was no discrepancy between them, and do it as fast as possible. For our observability layer, we have Datadog and Observe for logging, and a bunch of stuff on the CI/CD side. Okay, so I'll tell you about 3 different features that we built on top of SingleStore and using OpenAI and other AI tools out there. So we talked about sellers being in the product all day long, and they are trying to understand, hey, what is my account doing? So they get on a call with a customer. Maybe I should move to the side. And before they get on a call with a customer or a prospect, they want to understand what is the account doing. When have they been to my website? Are they doing comparative research that I need to be aware of? So we have this UI with a lot of different tabs, which shows a lot of different data. And eventually we were like, okay, this is hard. Like it takes probably like 5 to 10 minutes for a person to like grok all of this. Instead, let's try to summarize, right? And we built this AI Insights feature. Like as soon as you land on an account, right, it will go through the last 30, 60, 90 days worth of data, look at all the open opportunities or closed opportunities you have had, and give a very good bird's eye view to the account rep about what they should be talking about in the call or what they should be aware of. And yeah, they can do a lot of the deep dive that we already had, but the key here was to make sure that this loads very fast, right? You cannot have like this take a while to load. So that's again the power of like using the right database, in this case SingleStore, to be able to pull in like last 6 months of data very quickly. In case of opportunities, we probably go more than a year and figure out like what is the state of that account in the system. The other thing that we built was an email writer. So as I said earlier, a lot of you get emails, and sometimes they are pretty generic, and even if they're not, somebody spending some time to write an email, and the writer's block is real. Like, you might have faced it too when you're trying to write something that is unique and catching and like something that people can latch onto. So what we came up with is to write, you click on a button which will give you an email based on again the data that we have. And similar to the account summary page, it goes and looks at a lot of data that we have on that account or that person, and write a compelling email that obviously you can like regenerate and try different copies and see how it is appealing to the person. Again, the key here was to figure out the right data and the fastest way to generate that email so that it is compelling. The third thing I want to talk about is called Sherlock. So the data science team came up with this name. I'm sure there's a reason behind it. So in the crux of the problem here was we have a lot of customers, and we have a pretty big, vast, complicated product for some. And they have a lot of questions as people are like trying to use the product and learn more about it and how to get more value about it. They're like, okay, I need to do X, I need to do Y. Obviously, there's a lot of documentation. Everybody has documentation. And you are on a call with a CSM, and you're like, okay, what is the best way to do X? And sometimes the CSM is aware. They've been doing that before, or sometimes there is just a left field question that they are not really aware of. Our product does a lot of things, as I showed earlier. So they would like open a support ticket sometimes and ask the support person, hey, how do I do X? Or they would go on Slack and like put in a question, hoping that somebody in the company would answer it within 10 seconds so that they can tell the customer immediately what to do. Instead, we decided to use all our documentation and use all the knowledge base that even internally support teams and CSM teams have created, and build an AI bot on top of it and put it in Slack so that people can get immediate answers. So this is a very simple question. It's like, how do I set up a GTM segment? And you get an answer, and you get a bunch of like documentation links. This is where we use the vector database capabilities of SingleStore, right? Go and ingest everything, vectorize it, and like as soon as somebody's asking a question, very quickly go and query, get the right document, and get it in front of the customer. So this has been very, very helpful. It has been rolled out across the company. And now we have very quick answers. This is going to be customer facing soon. So as we build and improve stuff, we are getting the feedback, we are improving the performance, we are improving the knowledge base, and getting this in front of our customers soon. The key here is, again, like get your data in, iterate, get a fast database, and give customers the value they're asking for. So as I mentioned, we are taking all documents, converting real-time user queries into vectors, and then we are using OpenAI to actually write a really sensible response that people would like able to understand. And obviously, it's using RAG behind the scenes, so it only sends our document links back and not something else from the internet. Okay, so I talked about a lot of the AI features, but we have a lot of non-AI features too. right? And we are constantly looking at adding more features on our product. And every feature needs to run 5, 10, 15 more queries because if you have a nice star schema, you need to make sure it's well normalized, but it's also very performant. And that's what we get with SingleStore. We have tens of terabytes of data in there. And as we onboard more customers, we are keeping about 27 months of data in there. We are able to query it really fast. And on the AI side, there's always enhancements that we can do. We can work with our partners to make sure the algorithms keep improving, and we can give better responses to our customers. So that's all I had about what 6sense is and what we have done with AI and SingleStore to get our customers to get the right data, the right emails, the right summaries, and also the right information from the support side. Thank you.